And welcome to Swayam Prabha channel 14. I am the course coordinator for this course number 6, the Information Communication and Technology Application in LIS. Under the discipline of Masters of Library Information Science, I am Professor Arun Kumar Chakravarti, Head of the Department Library Information Science, Netaji Subhash Open University, Kolkata. I was the former Director General of the National Library Kolkata and also former Director General of the Raja Ram Mohan Library Foundation. I am the course coordinator for the entire course, but I will be the SMEs, means subject matter experts for this particular unit. So I will discuss on this particular unit. This unit is called the Digitization Concepts and Need. Preamble is that digitization is the process of converting an analog information in the digital form. So under this, I will be covering the timetable of contents should be preamble, objectives, learning outcomes, why is digitization, how does digitization work, basics of digitization, optical character recognitions, history of digitization, digitization timeline, the 3 pillars of the successful digital transformation, strategic alignment, technological infrastructure, organizational agility. Then we have a process of digitization materials and steps to the digital library materials, and also the objectives of these things. Then other steps of planning and execute a digital transformation, steps of digitizing library resources. Other steps include the digitizing library resources, digitization advantages, digitization of digital advantages, then summary, exercises, short notes, MCQs, and the references and bibliographies I have tried to cover in your slides. Then what are the objectives? After going through these slides, you will be able to learn, understand the basic concepts of digitization and significance in libraries, identifying the need for digitization in libraries, to know the various steps involved in the process of digitization, and to recognize the benefits of digitization in libraries. What will be the learner outcome? Define digitization and its importance in libraries. Explain the need for digitization in libraries, including preservation, accessibility, and space constraints. Discussing the benefits of digitization, such as enhanced access, improved preservation, and increased efficiency. So, what are the learning outcomes? After going through this module, learners, you could acquire knowledge about digitization concepts and processes, etc. You will gain knowledge about why digitization is important, its access, preservation, and efficiency. You'll also know the process of digitization, how it works. Why is digitization important? That is the most important. The digitization allows people to access information more easily, especially when the original materials are fragile or difficult to access. Preservation. Digitization can preserve rare materials like books, images, and documents for future generations. What are the efficiency? Digitization can improve your efficiency by automating tasks and streamlining the processes. How does digitization work? One is that sampling and quantization. Analog signals converted into numeric representations. So 0 and 1. Then signal manipulation. The digital data can be edited, enhanced, and manipulated using software tools. The storage and transmissions. The digital data can be stored on hard drives, solid state drives, or cloud-based storage platforms. So what are the basics of digitization? Tools and resources. Digitization requires tools and resources such as scanners, imaging software, storage solutions, and available staff. Because if you do not have a good staff, you cannot do the digitization. If you do not have a good imaging software, you cannot process the software. The storage solutions, these are the important things. What are the basics of digitization? Types of digitization, you have to know that there are three types of digitization. One is text-based digitization, image-based digitization, and audiovisual imagination. So text-based digitization, I've told already you. Image-based digitization is a very tough kind of things, because there are a lot of images are available. How this image you should digitize and how it could be stored, and there are lots of rare documents are there. How to digitize those rare documents? There are lots of manuscripts are there. How to digitize those manuscript documents? These are the task, very difficult task of the image-based digitization. Images are saved in a different formats. It can be a TIFF format, it can be a PNG format. All these pictures, photographs, how we should digitize, and that should be can be a old photographs, etc. So image-based digitization. Then audiovisual digitization is also very important, because earlier you had a analog auto, you know, that analog systems of the music systems, then cassette was there. All these cassettes now transformed into the digital format. So all this digital format now you can see in the YouTube or any of the channels. So those songs has been digitized. So how these songs analog to digitization? These are the things to do. What are the role of optical character recognition? Optical character recognition is a software tool that converts scanned images of text into computer searchable and readable text. The OCR, there are two types of OCR. That sometimes it is a searchable and readable text, sometimes it cannot be searchable. If you can lock it also. If you are locking it, it can be not be searchable. So different softwares are available how to get that searchable PDF documents. Then stages of digital adoption. The digital adoption is that there are three stages of digital adoptions are digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation. So basics of that, the digitization requires tools and resources. Why for you to digitize? Because the analog to printed documents you want to digitize. So these documents digitization is required scanners, imaging software, a storage solution, and then available staff. Then digital transformation. Then history of digitization. Digitization might seem a bit complicated, and that's because it is. In truth, humans have changed the way we store information since the beginning of the cave people printed cave walls of depict hunts, which was basically from primitive data form of data storage. Because earlier it was stayed in a clay tablet and all those things, how we should acquire and digitize those resources. To be digitization is a very important stage for the sensation. So then we invented papers, pencils, and ball pens. Nowadays most of our new information is created on a computer and stored on a hard drive somewhere. So that's how because we are giving now, even in the hard drive, even we store in the cloud, that is stated in a cloud-based storage, different storage. Now people do not want to storage in their own house, they are putting in the cloud, because if you have a storehouse or server or some kind of things, you have to do some kind of maintenance, you have to have a huge kind of space, and you have to buy all those kind of things. And here you can subscribe to the cloud storage, and if you need more cloud space, you can always increase the space. But if you are buying server, it's not very easy to add on in the server. There are capacities in the server, but you have to have limitations. So because of the digitization and computers go hand in hand, so their evolution basically mirrored the author. So if I see the digitization timeline, it has started in 1819. A Dowd named Herman Hollerith, founder of a company that would become IBM, invents a to punch and card systems to tabulate the US census. So they have tabulated the US census. 1936, Alan Turing invents a giant calculating machine used to help cipher Naji communications called the turning machines. It is the first device that could calculate huge, seemingly impossible calculation. So there are different calculations are available, how they are seemingly given. Then Claude Shannon wrote in 1937 in his thesis on binary code. Binary code is a way of representing words and numbers, ones and zeros. The binary numbers, ones and zeros are the first form of the digitization and opening up the possibility of the circuit boards, storage and processors, all of which laid the groundwork for what we call computer programs today. So, digitization timeline 1943 to 44, a pair of professors invented giant machines and that was able to calculate equations through programming, and this was the first machine that allowed people to input data and get a new data out without the gears and belts. We say that garbage in, sometimes we say the computer is the garbage in and garbage out. So that is the concept came from the garbage in and garbage out. So whatever the program we give to the computer, it will generate according to the give. But now AI has come, so computer things have changed a lot of things. 1953, a lady named Grace Hopper invents the first programming language, changing the way data is transferred and stored forever. So from the 1953, this grouper started. Then 1957, SESE, Standards Electronic Automatic Computer, is invented as the first computer that could scan an image, store it and recreate into pixels, because if you want to image, it has to be pixel means points, and how much pixels, depending on the pixels the picture quality is increasing, decreasing. So and the storage space is also required accordingly. So 1971, the first charge coupled device are invented. These are some of the first easily usable instruments that were able to take analog data, that is pictures, and convert them into the digital format. And then 1974 to 77, the first home computers start hitting the market. And the first 1975, the first digital camera is invented, and this is important because it is the first time that photos could be captured and stored on the computer memory without having to go through the film first. Then 1986, a group of flocks start working on the JPEG format, a way to the compress images into smaller pieces of data called bytes. Compression makes it impossible to make the image file size much smaller and by extension and affordable, because we have to store the data, and if it is required huge storage space, it becomes very difficult for to handle the such space problems, because every day new pixels are coming. So if you can able to compress the data and the data is sizable is available, so that way we can go by the JPEG format. So those things have come, and then people have started the JPEG format. Then 2018, so JPEG format came from the 1986 onwards. 2018, Kodak, cameraman offers services to people where they can send in old videotapes, photos and slides and convert them into a digital format. So all these things I have taken the listings that Kodak digitizing.com.blog, you will get it, all these things. Steps for planning and executing a digital transformation. What are the steps? Our 7 steps I will consider that. Identify your objectives. First of all, before deciding what to digitize, we have to find out what is the objective, why we are doing the digitization. Then comes how, what are the materials has to be identified, your objectives. If we do not find an objectives, we will not able to decide, because objective gives us to find a goal, and then goal and execution. Step 2 is focus on customer needs, user need, because if we want to decide, when you decide the objectives, you have to think of the objective because in terms of the customer needs. If there is a customer is not required, if there is no user for that particular purpose, why should we digitize? So these are, because it is expensive things, why should it cannot be found like an adventure? So that's what focus on customers needs. Then establish the new process, that every day I've seen that if you see the history, you will find that it has been changed huge time. So the step 3 is an establish new processes. Then choose your technology wisely, because once you decide, you have to think about that which are the stages, how we are choosing the technology kind of things. Then restructure to accommodate changes. I have to change, we have to always accommodate the structures changes. Then execute or plan. We have to, how to execute your plan, because all this process have been selected, then you have to decide how we process, and then how we will allow, explain your plan, then allow space for the agility. So 3 pillars of the successful digital transformation is that strategic alignment. Until and unless we make the strategic kind of things, we will not able to digitize kind of things. Then technological infrastructure. We need a good technological infrastructure to deliver the good technology, good digitized content. If you want to digitize the digitized contents very in a good manner, faster mode, accessible mode, then we have to have use a good infrastructure. Then organization agility, because once we want to do any kind of things, if we do not have organizational agility, we will not able to do successful kind of things. So strategic alignment, a foundation step to any successful digital transformation strategy is aligning your digital transformation with your library or information center goals. So we have to digitize what kind of things in the terms of the information center's goals. The goals, if it's not set, will not able to decide. So no single goal or digital transformation. One single goal, if you're making it and you have to make a huge investment for that, that's not done. No single goal. You have to have it many goals for that particular digital transformation. It is and should be different for each organization. The one digitization concept cannot be replicated in the other places, because it is a, you have to see the organization, because organization things has to be different. It is a localization. The localization is different from the organization to organization. That's the local things variation you have to consider. Then digital transformation is about automating manual hands-off and preventing data entry errors. Manual hands-off means that we should not do anything duplicate kind of things, error free, and that will be preventing entry of errors, because once you correct data, that will be corrected in everywhere. So every data sheet you have need to check for the data errors. Then what are the technological infrastructures is required? Technological infrastructure is backbone of any digital transformation. Some technologies that can help your organization become more efficient can include mobile platform. The mobile, your platform should be mobile platform, means allows your organization to reach customer and employees anytime, anywhere, enabling seamless communication, collaboration, and access to essential resources on the go. That means for the digitization or for resources, access and all, you need not to come to the platform. You can go to this mobile platform. That means from sitting on the home itself, you should be able to get it done, get it doing. So those kind of mobile platforms should be there. Then 5G, now we have come 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. The 5th generation mobile network allows for faster connectivity speeds, lower latency, and greater bandwidth, making possible for people to use mobile platforms anywhere, because this 5G has changed our things very fast. Then technological infrastructure, machine learning and artificial intelligence. Machine learning and artificial intelligence is that machine learning and artificial intelligence have come a long way and are still developing quickly. So That is that when combined with the comprehensive data programs, these technologies can give your organization valuable insights and that leading decisions, accurate decisions regarding the sales, marketing, products, development, etc. Or usage. For the library cases is usage, because digitization is not only linked to the library, it's for everywhere, information centered, information communication centered. So cloud computing. Cloud computing offers elastic communication and data storage services, meaning organization can scale the resources up or down as needed and easily access application and data very remotely. So technological information is a age of computing. Similarly, age of computing offers organization additional computing information storage can make application faster. So Internet of Things now is the Internet of Things in devices. IoT devices can help your organization effortlessly collect the data from the different devices near and far and giving you the information you need for cloud-based and edge-based data analytics and able to make highly informed choices. So this technological information is a mobile platforms, 5G, machine learning and artificial intelligence combined with the comprehensive data programs, cloud computing, edge computing and Internet of Things. These are the hierarchical structure of this information scenario. Then organization agility. What is the organization agility? The market is changing constantly and so are technology and digital transformation trends. So if our business or library can rapidly adapt and respond to these dynamic changes, we can more easily leverage new opportunities and remain ahead of the curve. A culture of innovation and continuous learning. So encourage our employees to think creativity, challenges the status quo and be unafraid of the exploring new ideas. We have to be always be open for the new ideas. This will help the drive innovation, allowing us to develop a groundbreaking products and services. So ever increasing and the needs and shifting market demands. Then organizationality is the market is changing constantly and so are technology and digital transformation trends. A culture of innovation and continuous learning. This will help the drive innovation, allowing you to develop groundbreaking products and services and solutions. So what is a digitization versus digitalization? Digitalization and digitization. While digitization refers to the process of converting analog data into digital format, and digitalization involves the integration of the digital technology into the business operation and to optimize process, enhance the customer experiences and drive the innovation. So process of the digitizing library resources is that the process of digitizing library resources involves several steps including planning, select a collection schedule, visit and choose the materials on the scan. To which of the materials has to be scans that has to be chosen. Then scanning, use of scanner or digital camera to convert the physical materials into the digital images. Then metadata. We need to create a metadata to help users retrieve the digital items. Then cataloging of digital items with the metadata. Organizing the digital collection to mirror the physical library. Then uploading the digitized materials to the library software. Quality check is that backup of the digital data. Programs of the digitized materials. Then steps of digitizing library resources. The process of digitizing library resources involves steps including selection, choosing the materials to digitize with a focus on user needs, scanning, a scanner to convert physical materials into digital images, optical character recognition, converting images into the machine readable text, then cataloging, adding metadata to the digital items for easily retrievable, then organizing, structure of the digital collection to mirror the physical library, storing and management the digital materials, search and access, making the digital materials accessible to the users. You have to do distributing the digital materials, rights management, managing the rights to the digital materials. Other steps digitizing the library resources are recording, sampling, audio and video digitization, data digitization, copyright clearance, proofreading. Other steps of digitizing library resources are reformatting, uploading to the library software, then quality check, because quality check is important in the digitized content, because across the world people will be seeing digital data backup. The digitization makes historical other materials available online and making them easier to access for users. Digital materials can be accessed by multiple users at the same time. Digitization advantage. What are the advantages and disadvantages of digitization? In digitization, improved efficiency, and then there's faster access to the information, improved security. Digitized documents can be protected with the access of the level and the fulfill of multiple locations to reduce the risk of data loss or corruption. And then environmental benefits. Digitizing documents reduces the need to print and which can save natural resources. The digitization advantages: improved employees' morale. Digitization can free employee from repetitive tasks, allowing them to focus on more important work and develop their skills. Then financial savings. Digitization improves the process, can save money or printing papers, toners and printers. Improved collaboration. Digitized contents can be used to communicate with customers across multiple channels. So, digitization and preservation. Digitization goes by preservation of the documents, can reduce the need to access the physical documents, which can help the researcher preserve them. Accelerated growth. Digitization can help team focus on tasks which are developed in the can be accelerated business growth. Then some point of this digitization, some of these advantages of digitizations are the following: space saving. The space is the cost. The cost is saved. Space is saving by avoiding the physical storage of different types of documents or files. Unused space can be used for other purposes. This can be, you can imagine how you can use more or more kind of things for the space purposes. So, protection of the documents, speed of consultation, saving paper consumption, access to information. Then digitization advantage of some space savings, then protection of the documents. Then the disadvantages of the digitization is that security risk. Security risk is a important. Digitization can lead to data loss, privacy violations and security breaches. Inequality. Digitization can create inequality, especially for the marginalized communities. Job displacement, addiction. Digitization can be addictive, leading to the problems like online gambling and social media differs. Disruption of the employees. Digitization can disrupt the employee by requiring them to learn new skills or adapt new ways of working. Difficulty for the some people. Digital devices can be difficult to use. So some people, especially those who are older, disabled or have a limited computer skills. Ethical issues. Digitization also having ethical issues can lead to ethical issues like intellectual property rights disputes, labor exploitations. Then disadvantage is a cost. Digitization can be expensive to implement and maintain because you have huge infrastructure investment. Misuse of information. Digitization can lead to the misuse of information. Weakening of the social skills. Digitization can weaken the social skills and sense of community. So, I would like to summarize the points in that. Although they are similar, the concept of digitization and digital transformation are not the same. The former referring to the conversion into the digital format of what was only in a physical format. Then digitization offers a series of advantages in different areas such as saving time, materials, times, information possibility, obtaining it from the different places without the need for physical located in particular place. Digitization is the process of converting analog information into the digital format. The library's digitization is essential for preserving and providing access to rare and fragile materials. The need for digitization arises from the challenges preserving physical materials, providing access to remote users, and managing space constraints. Digitization offers numerous benefits including enhanced access, improved preservation, increased efficiency. So, by digitizing library materials, libraries can ensure their collections remain relevant to the society, relevant to the digital age. Then I have given some of the short questions. You can go through these short questions. It is in the PPTs. What is the digitization? Why it is important in libraries? What are the main challenges faced by the libraries in preserving the physical materials? How does digitization improves access to the library materials? Then what are the benefits of digitization for rare and fragile materials? How does the digitization help in managing the space constraint in libraries? Then MCQs have given some. What is the primary purpose of digitization in libraries? That is that to replace the physical materials or to preserve and provide access to materials. It is a preserve and provide access to the materials. To reduce the library staff? No. To increase the library budget? No. Which of the following is a benefit to the digitization? That is, whether it is a reduced access to materials? No. Improve the preservation of materials. That is the answer. Then increase space requirement. Then decrease the efficiency? No. Then question number 5. What is the outcome of the digitizations for rare and fragile materials? Increase deterioration, improved preservation, then reduce the access, increase the handling, and then improved preservation is the correct answer. I have gone through some of the references. These are very, very good references. You can see where you can see the references and articles, references, online resources. I have also discussed some of the one-line resources. So I hope the learners, you will really learn from this resource of the digitization concepts. Thank you for your patience.